Hello, everybody, and welcome to my new series, Saturday Night Lord Up. And within this series, I will be explaining the lore pertaining to my D&D campaign world, Atuan. We're going to start off strong with the Pantheon. So within this Pantheon, there are 9 gods. Let me make sure. There are 9 original gods and a couple add-ons. Um, we have Aurelius, who is the god of death, poison, luck, assassins, guilds, war, and strategy. He and his twin are basically they're balance. They're the kind of Zeus of this all. They're like the kings. Um, his twin brother Phalaris is the god of life and creation. Um, and he was actually the main villain of the second campaign that I ran with in Ottawan. Uh, so the party did end up defeating Phalaris and erasing him from existence. And so Elise Polaris stepped up. Elise Polaris, a member of the party that defeated Phalaris, stepped up to become the god of life and creation. Next is Akora. She is the god of healing, plants, land beasts, medicines, potions, wealth, gems, and minerals, and she is the ex-wife of the Worldbringer, or like Phalaris. The Worldbringer was his title because he created everything with the help of the Titans, which we will get into them. She's hard to describe. She's very much the Mother Earth, or Mother Nature that we like see in stereotypes. But as well as she pertains the wrath that would cause natural disasters like tsunamis, hurricanes, and volcanoes. We have Calestus, the god of fire, dragons, volcanoes, destruction, wrath, empires, conquest, bloodlust, and the worst parts of war. She is kind of like she is the ugly duckling of this group of gods. She's one of the youngest gods, as well as what she is the god of. It stands her out, and she's very heavily controlled by the other gods. She is the one that does not interact with mortals, as barely has any interaction with mortals at all. And she's kind of like a jock, if you know. She as much as everyone tries to pin her as this mean, overbearing, not really overbearing, this mean, unempathetic, or not unempathetic monster, she's really not. She's just kind of, she's a jock. And we love her for it. Then we have Cecius. He is one of the only gods. He's one of 3 gods to come from a mortal. Cecius is the god of wind, aerial beasts, air, sky, nomads, lost souls, and thieves. Cecius was a normal Aarakocra living in, let me find the name of it because I'm a bit stupid. He was a normal Aarakocra living in Yggdrasil. And until he did some very noble deeds that I have no idea, and ended up becoming a god. But he is probably the most chill out of all of the gods, and he does not spend much time on other planes besides Octuon. He likes his home, and that's where he stays. Then there is Vespera. She is the god of the sun, snakes, women, fertility, and the wife of Lume. and mother of the twin gods Avam and Cecius, who we'll all get into in a second. Vespera is... I love Vespera, but she is very volatile. She has anger issues. She has her anger issues. Um, she took the kill all men movement a little bit too literally, but we love her for it. Around in probably the early days of the first era, probably like I think it would have been like 306, like 306, 406, first E, that she tried to genocide all men. Um, she had very good reason for it. But she's a very scary woman, and we love her for it. Lume. Lume is the goddess of the moon. She's also the god of illusions, the tides, redemption, light, and she's the sister of Melil, the Void Mother, wife of Vespera, mother of the twins Avam and Cecius, and she also has an owl named Chandra. She is represented by owls. It's also funny because her wife is represented by snakes and like owls. I believe some owls will eat snakes, but she is the calmer part of the duo. She moves in and she reflects the tides. She understands that things change when they need to, and she's very wise, as she has not always been this goddess of redemption. She once was the goddess of wrath, traitors, and a couple other things. She was not always the graceful goddess that the current party knows her as today. Melil. He is the god of the sea, marine-based storm, music, poetry, and the dark. He is the brother of Lume and the Void Mother. Melil is almost like he's a very stereotypical bard. He's the reason the bard has a stereotype in my world. He and his two sisters are the least humanoid in a sense, while Lume kind of reflects more owl-like. He reflects I he's blue. I don't know how to describe him. He looks like a Triton. But Melil does not interact unless he's asked by his sister or his hand is pushed. The last time he interacted at the Battle of Melil's Horn, Thalaris opened a huge breach and basically made the dimension Atuan extremely unstable, causing him to trap all the main gods on Atuan, which none of them really traveled in the multiverse anyway, but now that option was taken away completely. And it still is to this day, even though technically this breach is closed. It was closed by the first party that ever went through, but Atuan was still left extremely damaged. So now we get to the Void Mother. Her actual name is Tiet, and she was banished to the Void, the space between the dimensions, by the other gods. She sided with the wrong Pantheon, because this is not the only Pantheon. There's a whole host that I will get to in another video. But she she she's not very put together, being in a vast emptiness for so long, it gets to you. And she's prime example to that. She does not respond to her actual name Tiet anymore and simply just calls herself and refers to herself as the Void Mother. She is the god of nothing, as her only realm is to rule over the void and the creatures that live there that she has technically created. Cecius, he's the god of butterflies, daytime insects, romantic and passionate love, sexual relationships, spring and summer, and the twin of Avam and son of Lume and Vespera. He is associated by butterflies. He is a butterfly, kind of. He's a butterfly person. He is another one of the gods that does not interact very often with the mortals. There's not much to him because no one has really interacted with him yet, and I don't want to spoil anything for my players because I know they're listening. And now we get to like one of the last of the main gods, and that is Avam, the god of time, moths, nighttime creatures, platonic and familiar love, magic, knowledge, mages, fallen winter, twin Cecius, child of Lume and Vespera. Avam prefers a more androgynous appearance. They are associated with the nighttime and moths. They have to stay out of everything because they are the god of time. They are the watcher of time, and they have to make sure that everything happens as it should and nothing gets messed up. They did, although, break that oath for one person, and his name is Sopes, and that happened in the second campaign when they broke that oath. But they have not broken that oath since, so they're getting better. And then we have the 4-ish new gods who were made gods from mortals as that was their wish that they got at the end of the last campaign because they were PCs. We have Gaston Calestus. He's the god of multiversal knowledge. His main patron god is Avam. Vamdam von Keller. She's the god of barbarians and gladiators. Her main god patron, is Calestus, and Ambule Ofinrin. She is the god of the moon Dohez, because Atuan has 3 moons: Dohez, Omehez, and Lahas. Dohez is the second biggest moon, with Omehez being the biggest and Lahas being the smallest. Her patron god, obviously, is Lume, and she is the emperor of the Empire of Cadia. Or empress, wrong words. And then there's Oryx and Io. They did not wish to be gods, but they are certainly fickle. They are the twin gods of lies, mischief, and chaos. Is it a lie? Who knows? Try wishing on it, as my dear friend put it. They are certainly an interesting duo. That is all for today. And I'm going to try to keep a schedule. Obviously, this one's going to be posted on Saturday nights, and I should be posting the main campaign every Wednesday. I'm going to try to keep to that schedule for the campaign. It's just I have to edit 3 hours of audio, and I can barely cut anything out of it because it's all important. And Premiere Pro kind of hates long audio. So, but we are recording every Sunday, and I hope to see you in the next video.